was literally trying to walk it off. It drove her absolutely insane. The fact that she didn't need to be there, the fact that no one had actually asked her to take him on, occasionally did occur to her. But then, she had not asked her heart to fall resolutely and ridiculously in love with her former sister-in-law's brother all those years ago, and yet it had. So here she was, and here he was, being a total jerk. "B, I'm fine." "You're not fine," she snapped, looking at where he was sprawled out on the couch, appearing as if he had just run a marathon. A stupid marathon of idiocy through a vineyard on crutches. As soon as he had been able to get even a little bit mobile, he had been on his feet, and he had been trying to get back into what he called fighting shape. B was actually shocked at just how close he was to at least looking like he was back in fighting shape. His muscles weren't nearly as diminished as she would have expected. His thighs still thick and muscular, his stomach flat, his chest broad, and his arms. If anything could entice a person to write poetry about forearms, it would be Dane Parker's very loaded-looking guns. "Take a pain pill," she said, standing there holding a glass of water out, with a pill flat in her other outstretched palm. "I don't need a pain pill," he growled. She wanted to punch his sculpted, handsome face, right in the scar that he'd gotten in his accident, that still hadn't marred his beauty. No, it made him more roguish, if anything. With his blue eyes and blonde hair, he could easily trick someone into believing he was angelic. The scar made it much clearer that he was more of a fallen angel. "I'm going to put it in a piece of cheese and trick you into eating it," she said. "I'm not a schnauzer," he said. "Then stop acting like one." She didn't know if he was particularly acting like a schnauzer. Actually, in her experience, schnauzers were much better patients. In her experience, basically everything was a better patient. "B. Dane," she said, perilously close to stamping her foot. "Lindy asked me to check in on you." "Lindy needs to realize that just because she's my older sister doesn't mean that I'm not a grown-ass man. A grown-ass man who got trampled near to pieces because he insists on earning money by engaging in a measuring contest for private parts." Her cheeks heated intensely, and she tried to keep her expression steady. "For private parts?" he repeated. "You heard me," she repeated, the glass of water and the pill still held determinedly out in front of her. "I did hear you," he said. "I just didn't realize that you were in the 3rd grade." He shook his head. "Private parts." "Stop it," she said. "I don't want to take a damn pain pill," he responded. "Then drink some damn water." She slammed the glass down on the coffee table in front of him and stood there expectantly. "I want a beer." "Yeah, great," she said. "Drink a beer. Don't hydrate." "I'm fine," he said again, but he did sit up and lean forward, picking up the glass of water. "You need to be careful with yourself," she said. "If you overdo it, then it's entirely possible you'll set back some of your progress. You don't want to cause any internal bleeding or anything like that." "I have been stuck in here, sitting on my ass, going on 8 months. I'm over it." B sighed and took a seat in the chair across the room from him. She really did feel for him. She did. A man like Dane was almost impossible to contain. It was one of the things she admired so much about him. She always had. She remembered vividly the first time she had met him. He'd looked so mature and compelling to her. A man. He had been 20, and when she looked back on pictures of him then, it surprised her how young he looked, since to her 11-year-old self he had seemed extremely mature. He had such confidence and swagger. He was already riding professionally in the rodeo, and the stories he had told had been amazing. Her parents had hated him on sight. They'd hated everything about the woman that their oldest son, Damien, had chosen to marry, including her family.